So let's look at this question on the resolution of vectors. This question says find the tension in both strings below. Right, so you have the first string here, which is T1, string T1, this string here. And you have the second string, which is this one here, which is T2. You have to find the tension. That simply find the value of T1 and T2 from this diagram. All right, so in the case like this, the first thing you have to do is to get your free body diagram. Right, that's always your first task. Get your free body diagram. And we said in our previous class that a free body diagram is simply a diagram that shows all the forces acting on a system, right, at a particular point in time. That's a free body diagram. For this one here, if you look at this diagram here, we have just three forces acting on this diagram. The first force is your 20 Newton, which is your weight. The second force is the force on the string, which is called a tension, that's T1. And the third force is the force acting on string 2, which is T2. So these are my three forces. These three forces will be represented in this question or this diagram here. Right, so I'll bring this here like this. Okay. Now, if I look at this, this is 20 Newton here. And we know that 20 Newton represents the weight of this particular body. And we also know that weight acts vertically downward. So I'll come here. In place of 20 Newton, I'll just put this as 20 Newton. Now note that this is pointing downwards because, as we said earlier, weight acts vertically downwards. So I'll have this acting vertically downwards here, and we'll have this as 20 Newton. All right, so that's the first thing we have there. Next up, we have T1 branching towards the right, okay, this way, and the angle there is 45 Newton. So we'd have this one coming this way here. Okay, we have T1 this way. So this is T1, and the angle here was about 45 degrees. That's the angle, 45 degrees, please. We also have T2 going this way here, and the angle is about 30 degrees. Okay, we'd have from here going this way here. This is T2. So this is tension on string 2, T2, and the angle here is about 30 degrees. All right, so we have this one here. So basically, here's my free body diagram. You're asked to find the value of T1 and T2. So how do you solve this? It's as easy as, for this question here, we'll have to resolve each of the tensions to the horizontal and the vertical components. Now, we discussed the resolution of forces to horizontal and vertical components in our previous class. I'll leave a link to that video that I explained how you can resolve vectors to vertical and horizontal components in the video description or the pinned comment. All right, so check pinned comment or video description. You see a link to that video. Now, the simple idea is this: if you have that a force, as you have here, is inclined at an angle to the horizontal, as in this case and this case here, all right, you have the vector here and the horizontal line, and you have this angle between them. Now, in a case like this, we said that the horizontal component is given by the force cos cosine of the angle. That means here this becomes the horizontal component here is given by T1 cos or cosine of the angle there, cos 45 degrees. That's the horizontal component of T1. The vertical component becomes sine of it, which is simply the vertical component here would simply be T1 sine of the angle there, which is 45 degrees. All right, that's for T1. For T2, which is this, let's resolve T2. Now, the first thing is this. If I have my quadrant like this is positive x, this is positive y, this is negative x. In essence, if I have a vector this way here, and I resolve the vector this way, it becomes negative. It's in the negative part of x. So hence, we are saying that if I resolve T2 this way here, it becomes minus. So know why I'm putting minus there. Minus T2 cos 30 degrees. That's what you have here, right? Negative because of this. Of course, this one here was positive because I have positive x. So when I had T1 here and I resolved T1 this way, I had positive T1. If I resolve T2 this way here, which is the vertical component, this way you can see you have your positive y. So it becomes the positive. In essence, here, what I'll have here is T2 sine of the angle, that's sine 30. All right. Now, having done this, we can now proceed to solve this. As I said, I've explained this in details in our previous class, so you can check the link in the video description or pinned comment. All right, so how do we solve this? The first thing we have to do here is to get the summation of vertical components. All right, let's get summation of vertical components. All right, so we have summation of vertical components. What do you have there? I have that sigma, so sigma Fy, and that will be equal to. So how do you sum vertical components? First things first. Now, if you look at the vertical components, what you have there as the vertical force includes 20 Newton. That's the first vertical force. Then you have the vertical component of this of T2, and also you have the vertical component of T1. That's this. So you have three vertical forces, 20. You have T1 this, T2 this way, and then T1 this way. Now, the next thing you have to notice that if the force is going upwards, it is considered as positive. All right. So when you have the force going upward, it is considered positive because if I have my Cartesian coordinates here, upwards is positive y, downwards is negative y. So forces going upwards are taken as positive. If that's true, that means going upward, first thing I have T1 sine 45 going upwards. We'll have, so just do this before they will do this. All right, so for the okay, so for equilibrium, summation of vertical components is equal to 0. So this should be equal to 0. Okay, I will add a sign convention. We are saying if it is going upwards, it should be taken as positive. All right, you can still do the opposite and you have the same thing anyways. So going upwards, the first thing I have here is T1 sine 45. So T1 sine 45, that's positive. Okay, let's proceed. Next up, this man is going upwards to T2 sine 30, so it becomes plus. So I have plus, you have T2 sine 30. So these two are going upwards, so it becomes positive. Now 20 Newton is coming downwards, so it becomes negative, so it becomes minus 20. We said some of the forces is equal to vertical components or vertical forces is equal to 0. So we have 0 here. Let's punch this. So if I do this, if you punch sine 45, that's about 0.7071. Okay, so it means that from here we'll have this as sine 45 T1. So what I'll just simply do is this. I'll leave this way, and I'll just move 20 over here. So we have that T1 sine 45 plus T2 sine 30. So sine 30, it's equal to 20 comes over here, right? Crosses the equality sign, it becomes positive 20. So what I have here is called my first equation. This is equation 1. All right, so this is for the vertical components. Let's look at horizontal components. So I'll say summation of horizontal components. So summation of horizontal components. Components. Of course, that becomes sigma. So sigma F, that's force. Horizontal is x. Of course, this of course will be equal to 0. And I'll be saying all the forces going towards my right should be positive. Okay. Now it's this way because if I have this, I have positive x going towards the right, and the ones going towards the left becomes negative x. So that's like the concept behind this. All right, let's go back to our diagram. Let's go back to our diagram here. If you look at forces going towards my right, you have just this one here. That's the only force going towards the right. If you look at forces going towards the left, that's just this one here, which of course is already negative, as we said. All right, so what that means is this. It means that I'll have t1 cos 45. All right, it's going towards the right, so I have t1 cosine 45 being positive. Okay, now this one here, t2 cos 30 is going towards the left, and we said it should be minus, so it becomes minus. So we have minus t2 cosine of 30, it's equal to 0. So we have this. All right, so we have this equation here. I'll simply move t2 to the other part of the equation. We'll have that t1 cosine t1 cosine of 45 is equal to minus t2 cos 30 crosses over the equality sign. You have t2 cosine of 30. So we have this. All right, we can call this our second equation, or equation 2. So we have this. All right, let's get equation 1 and 2 and solve them simultaneously. All right, from equation 1, what's the value of t1? Okay, let's record that. Record that equation 1 gives us that t1 sine 45. So I have t1 sine 45 plus t2 sine, I think that was 30, is equal to 20. This is equation 1, t2 sine 30. Okay, equation 2, we have that t1 cosine of 45 is equal to t2 cosine of 30. Call this equation 2. All right, so how do we solve this? Let's make t1 to be subject of the formula. From equation 2, we have that t1, to get that, of course, we just have to divide this by cos 45, divide this by cos 45. This cancels this, so it means that t1 is equal to t2. Now I'll simply punch cos 30 divided by cos 45. Right, I'll just punch that quickly. Cos 30 to cos 30 divided by cos 45. And if I do that, my answer gives me about 1.2247. 2247. Now I'm using 4 decimal places because this is not my final answer. Okay, so whenever it's not your final answer, you're free to use about 4 decimal places. It's my advice anyways. So from here we'll have that t1 is equal to 1.2247 t2. We'll put this value of t1 into equation 1. All right, so I'll put this into equation 1. So put t1 into equation 1. If I do that, I'll have that t1 sine 45. We already said t1, the value is 1.2247. That's t1. T2, what I have here is t1. So this equation 1 says t1, which is what we've just done, sine 45. So I'll add this up as this sine 45. Okay, plus, next up I now have t2 sine 30. So plus t2 sine 30, it's equal to, this is equal to 20. So I have this as 20. All right, so let's punch this. How do you solve this? So what you just simply do is punch 1.2247, this multiplied by sine 45. So that's simply 1.2247 sine 45. If you do that, your answer will give you about 0.8660, right? 86 approximately. You should have 59, but I'll give you 60. Okay, so 866 T2, right? So 0.866 is simply 1.2247 multiplied by sine 45. You have this plus t sine 30. If I punch sine 30, That gives you 0.5. So plus 0.5 into T2 is equal to, this is equal to 20. So I have 20 here. All right. So let's work on this. 0.866 plus 20 gives about 20 points. So I have 20.866. This T2 is equal to, I have this as 20. Let's get the value of T2. From here, we'll have that to get T2, I'll divide here by 20.866. Divide here by 20.866. So this cancels this. We'll have that T2 is equal to 20 divided by 20.866. And that's about 0.96. So this is about 0.96 as your answer. Approximately in 2 dp as Newton. So you have this. Okay. Now let's get the value of T1. So I'll put T2. Um, let's go back to this. We'll call this equation asterisk. Let's call this asterisk. All right. So let's say put T2 into asterisk. So put T2 into equation asterisk. What do we have there? In equation asterisk, you have that T1 it's equal to, for equation asterisk, T1 is equal to 1.2247 T2. It's equal to 1.2247 T2. So this is equal to 1.2247 into T2. T2 is simply 0.96. That's 0.96. All right. So let's multiply this. If we multiply this, we'd have that. Just move this on here. If we multiply this, we now have that T1. So we have that T1. It's equal to, let's say this 1.2247 times 0.96. Your answer is about 1.18. 1.18 Newton approximately. So therefore, from this we can say um, therefore T1 is equal to 1.18 Newton, while T2 it's equal to, from here we said T2 is 0.96. So T2 is equal to 0.96 Newton. This becomes the answer. All right, so this becomes the value of T1 and T2. Okay. All right. So don't forget that you can get my courses and my books on my website. Simply visit www.jonahemmanuel.com. All right, jonahemmanuel.com. Then you can check out the books or the courses in the book section or the courses section. Don't forget you would have to register an account with the website. So go to my account, register an account with the website, and then proceed to get either my books or my courses in the book/courses section. All right, so if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to, as usual, hit the like button. All right, to like this video, leave a comment, tell us if you enjoyed this video, and also suggest other topics you want us to do. Don't forget to also subscribe to this channel if it's your first time. All right, hit the subscribe button, and of course hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever we upload new content. And finally, share this video to your friends so that they can also learn. Thank you, and see you in our next class.